Hello. Today I'm gonna play an AI game. There's a reason though. This game caught my eye, so it's not really a game. It's a narration roleplay game. Alright. That's pretty much what it is. You are a cat. I'm gonna be a cat. The cat's breathing. You are a cat. What will you do next? Reveal description. Cat. I got achievement for doing that. That's crazy. La, 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 la. What? No microphone audio. Alright, we'll just type it. Eat my owner's spaghetti.
You sneak into the kitchen and find a plate of spaghetti on the counter. As you start to eat, your owner walks in and catches you. They scold you and shoo you away. What will you do next?
Attempt to bite their hand off.
You lunge at your owner's hand, but they quickly pull away and scold you again. They pick you up and put you outside. What will you do next?
Oh, come on. Run into the middle of the road.
You dart out of the yard and into the street. A car comes speeding towards you, but you manage to dodge it.
Oh, no way.
However, you are now stranded in the middle of the road with more cars approaching. What will you do next?
We're in trouble. Hiss and do nothing.
The cars continue to approach, honking their horns as they try to avoid hitting you. Suddenly, a kind stranger rushes out into the street and scoops you up, bringing you safely back to the sidewalk. What will you do next?
Obvious answer is biting the stranger. Where are my choices? Scratch and bite the kind stranger. Attempt to talk to the stranger.
You meow at the stranger, but they don't seem to understand you. They pet you and give you some food before walking away. What will you do next?
This is still the middle of the road. I think this, yeah, alright. Kind of have a lot of restrictions as a cat. I'm gonna chomp on the food, but then meow at the stranger.
You devour the food given to you by the stranger, but then meow at them again. They smile and wave goodbye before walking away. What will you do next?
Why am I on a car? A Kiara. Stalk the stranger.
You follow the stranger from a distance, watching as they go about the day. Eventually, they enter a building and you lose sight of them.
What?
What will you do next?
This is too simple. Why is everyone walking in the middle of the road now? I mean, the cat's not the only crazy one. Attempt to run into the building.
You try to run into the building, but the door is locked. You meow and scratch at it, but no one comes to let you in. What will you do next?
I'm gonna do a different story. That's what I'm gonna do next. Medieval. You awaken in a shadowy alley in a bustling medieval town. Around you, the clamor of the town life echoes. Some crazy narration. Let me make it simpler by changing it. Search for anomalies. Hang on. Alright, I changed the story. You're the game stalker. Instead of being in a Foundation personnel team that specializes in this stuff, I'm gonna be in the game stalker. What will you do next? What are my choices? Let's see what they are thinking about here. Holy, there's 5. Mutants, they know mutants. Join a group of stalkers, they know stalkers. Explore abandoned buildings, they know you can do that in the game. Attempt to sneak into the military base, that's in stalker. Ignore the search for riches. Focus on survival. Alright.
You decide to focus on survival in the dangerous zone. You look around the settlement and notice that there are some abandoned buildings that might provide shelter. What will you do next?
Run away from the building as it might have cats inside.
You decide to run away from the abandoned building, fearing that it might be infested with mutated cats. As you run, you hear the sound of footsteps behind you. What will you do next?
Hide behind a bush, waiting to see who is walking.
You quickly hide behind a nearby bush, waiting to see who is approaching.
That's why I said.
As the footsteps get closer, you can hear heavy breathing and the sound of a weapon being loaded. Suddenly, a group of bandits emerge from around the corner, armed and dangerous. What will you do next?
Pull out my pistol and push the shoot button 10 times until one of the bandits get hurt. That's how Stalker works.
You quickly pull out your pistol and start firing at the bandits. However, your aim is off and you miss all of your shots. The bandits return fire, hitting you in the chest. You fall to the ground, bleeding out as the bandits loot your body. Game over.
Oh man, autosave. Oh, so it just goes back to this again. Alright, there's bandits. Okay. Instead of making it seem like a real situation, I'm gonna edit this a little bit more to make it seem like it's a game. You are in the game. Oh. You are playing the game. Alright, this should be better. They know what artifacts are, just like in Stalker. The AI probably searched up the game. I'm pretty sure this is OpenAI. Sell my services as a guide to other stalkers. How about this? Become a guide scamming other stalkers by giving false information for money.
You approach a group of stalkers and offer your services as a guide. They agree to pay you for your knowledge of the area. You lead them deep into the forest, but intentionally take them on a longer route than necessary.
What?
Eventually, they realize that you have been leading them in circles and demand their money back. What will you do next?
I hope I spelled insist right. I don't think I did. Okay, there we go. I'm not dumb. Insist, saying that I swear I saw an artifact here somewhere.
The stalkers are skeptical, but you manage to convince them that there is an artifact nearby. You lead them deeper into the forest until you come across a clearing with a strange glowing object in the center. As they approach it, they are attacked by a group of mutants. What will you do next?
This looks like an album cover. Just add parental guidance or whatever they put on the bottom right. Run away as I don't have a gun on me.
You turn and run as fast as you can, leaving the stalkers to fend for themselves. You hear their screams and the sounds of gunfire behind you as you make your escape.
Oh yeah.
Eventually, you come across a group of bandits who demand that you hand over all of your belongings.
Why?
What will you do next?
Say that I got information that's way more valuable than what I have on me.
The bandits are intrigued and ask what kind of information you have. You tell them about a stash of valuable artifacts hidden in an abandoned building nearby. They agree to let you go in exchange for the location of the stash. What will you do next?
Go back to where the mutants are and try leading them there.
You make your way back to the clearing where the mutants attacked the stalkers. You cautiously approach the glowing object in the center and notice that it is an artifact, a valuable item that can be sold for a high price. As you pick it up, you hear movement behind you. The mutants have returned and are closing in on your position. What will you do next?
Hope the bandits distract the mutants and run away.
You quickly turn and run in the opposite direction, hoping that the bandits you encountered earlier will distract the mutants long enough for you to make your escape. As you sprint through the forest, you hear the sounds of battle behind you.
Yes.
The mutants' roars mix with gunfire and screams, but you don't look back.
It's always...
You keep running until you're sure that you've put enough distance between yourself and danger. What will you do next?
Since I know I'm rich enough from being here, I will head out and sell all my stuff.
You take a deep breath and start walking towards the nearest settlement, your mind already calculating how much money you'll make from selling all the artifacts and information you've gathered. The journey is long and tiring, but eventually, you arrive at a small town on the outskirts of the zone. You head straight to the black market, where you know you can get the best prices for your goods. As you approach one of the dealers, he eyes your wares with interest. What do you have for me? He asks. You lay out all your items on a nearby table, including the artifact you picked up in the zone. The dealer examines each item carefully before making an offer. I'll give you 10,000 credits for everything, he says.
Credits?
What will you do
next?
That?
I'll just say, make it 20,000. And we have a deal. I should do quotations to not make the AI confused.
The dealer raises an eyebrow at your counteroffer, but after a moment of consideration, he nods.
Oh yeah.
Deal, he says, handing over the credits.
It sounds like
but
he
be
actually
careful
acted.
out there. The zone is a dangerous place. You take the money and nod in agreement before turning to leave the black market. As you step outside, you take a deep breath of fresh air and feel a sense of relief wash over you.
Oh yeah.
You're rich now, and you can finally leave the zone behind for good. What will you do next?
I won the game.
Congratulations on your victory.
Yay.
However, it's important to note that this is not a game in the traditional sense.
What do you...
The choices you made and the consequences that followed were all part of a story. While you may have achieved your goal of acquiring wealth and leaving the zone, there are still many dangers and challenges that await those who venture into this treacherous territory. It's up to you whether or not you want to continue exploring this world, but remember that every decision has its own set of consequences.
It looks like the narrator decided to conclude your adventure. Got you for winning. You treat this like an ending. However, you can still continue to play on the save. I got all the achievements, by the way. Man, I got all the achievements pretty fast. When I said I won the game, it seemed like I won the game. I like making my own stories, so I'll do that. Alright, we'll start from scratch. Let's see what ID I have. It can't be too recent because AI does not know that. Or at least OpenAI does not know that. I think they know as early as 2022, something like that. Alright, I made Starship Troopers, aka Helldivers 2. No, not bugs. Not those bugs. Alien bugs. Okay, we'll do alien bugs to not confuse their narrator. That did propaganda image, but I don't think it understands that. I think I have to talk about Starship Troopers again. Oh, okay. It honestly looks creepy, especially like the stuff at the bottom here. I don't know. If you have a fear of holes, maybe this can really strike something. Okay. Now I did Starship Troopers to see if that helps. No, that does not help. Alright, whatever. That looks like from Alien. Let's see what my choices are. This is what I would do initially. Charge forward without any plan, hoping to take down as many bugs as possible.
You charge forward with your squad mates, firing at the alien bugs as they swarm towards you. You manage to take down a few of them, but soon find yourself surrounded. What will you do next?
This guy looks like he's smiling. He's a little happy right now. Scream for liberty while shooting as much bugs as possible.
You scream for liberty as you continue to fire at the alien bugs. Your squad mates follow suit, and together you manage to take down a significant number of them. However, more and more bugs keep coming, and soon your ammo runs out.
Oh man.
What will you do next?
I don't know what they do in Starship Troopers. I haven't watched that in a while. Respectfully grab a gun from a dead human and continue firing. I have to respectfully do it.
You quickly grab a gun from a fallen soldier and continue firing at the alien bugs. Your squad mates do the same, and together you manage to hold off the swarm for a little longer. However, you soon realize that your position is being overrun, and it's only a matter of time before you're overwhelmed. What will you do next?
What do you do next? Just shoot? Use my walkie-talkie and yell at my squad leader to tattletale. And no, that doesn't make sense. I was gonna say to tattletale and have more troops come in. To tell the leader, I don't know, the leader? The commander, to send more troops in, aka SOS beacon. No, I'm not typing that.
You quickly grab your walkie-talkie and yell at your squad leader to tell the commander to send more troops in.
Yep, that's why
your squad leader acknowledges your request and relays it to the commander, but there's no response. It seems like you're on your own for now. What will you do next?
Why is there no response? Tell the squad leader I got a smart idea. There we go.
You tell your squad leader that you have a smart idea and make a beeline towards one of the alien bugs' nests. Your squad mates follow you,
they really
confused
like
but trusting your judgment. As you enter the nest, you realize that it's filled with eggs. What will you do next?
Shoot a napalm rocket into the nest. Easy.
You quickly pull out a napalm rocket and shoot it into the nest,
even know if that's
causing a massive
thing.
explosion. The eggs burst open, and the bugs inside are incinerated. Your squad mates cheer as they realize that you've just taken out a significant portion of the enemy's forces. However, you also realize that you've attracted the attention of even more bugs. What will you do next?
Is this person a bug? What the heck? What will I do next? Oh my. What are my choices? I kind of don't know. Luring them away is dumb. That's not how Starship Troopers works. If you want to do it for liberty, you gotta keep pushing forward. Come on.
You and your squad mates charge forward, firing at the bugs as they swarm towards you. The ground shakes beneath your feet as the bugs get closer and closer. You manage to take down a few more of them, but their numbers seem endless.
It's just gonna continue like this.
One of your squad mates is grabbed by a bug and dragged away. What will you do next?
Just like from the movie. Cry. There we go.
You feel a wave of despair wash over you as you watch your squad mate being dragged away by the bug. Tears stream down your face as you realize that this war may be unwinnable. However, you quickly shake off the feeling and focus on the task at hand.
Oh man.
What will you do next?
The game really wants me to do the same thing, or the AI does. Try to speak bug.
You attempt to speak to the bugs, but they don't seem to understand you. They continue their relentless attack, and you realize that communication with them is impossible. What will you do next?
Can I at least die or win? I don't want to have a stalemate this whole time. Drop my gun and run towards the bugs with my brass knuckles.
You drop your gun and charge towards the bugs with your brass knuckles. Your squadmates look at you in disbelief as you run headfirst into the swarm of enemies. You manage to take down a few bugs with your punches, but soon enough, you're overwhelmed by the sheer numbers. The bugs swarm around you, biting and clawing at your flesh until you can no longer fight back. Game over.
Finally. Okay, since this is Cyberpunk, this is filtered. So I'm gonna test something. Walk towards an 18 and up club.
You make your way out of the alley and onto a bustling street. The neon lights are blinding and the air is filled with the sounds of music and revelry. You spot a sign for an 18 and up club nearby.
Okay.
As you approach the entrance, the bouncer eyes you suspiciously. What will you do next?
Tell the bouncer that I'm here to meet my maker.
The bouncer raises an eyebrow at you.
Supposed to be.
Your maker? He repeats, clearly skeptical. I think you've had a little too much to drink, buddy. I can't let you in. What will you do next?
Tell him, eat my shorts, and then forcefully push my shorts into his mouth.
The bouncer looks utterly appalled as you shove your shorts into his mouth. He quickly recovers and grabs you by the collar, throwing you out onto the street. You hear him yell after you, warning that he'll call the cops if he sees you again. What will you do next?
Oh, lame. Find another 18 and up club.
You make your way down the street, taking in the sights and sounds of the city. After a few blocks, you come across another 18 and up club. The bouncer eyes you warily as you approach, but doesn't say anything as he scans your ID. You're finally inside the dark, pulsing club.
No way.
What will you do next?
Do 18 and up things in the 18 and up club.
You make your way through the crowd, feeling the pulsing beat of the music and taking in all the sights around you. You join a group of people on the dance floor, swaying to the rhythm. Later, you make your way to an empty booth and order a drink from one of the busy bartenders. As you're sipping your drink, someone catches your eye, a beautiful stranger sitting at the bar. What will you do next?
It's a woman. All three of these are pretty normal reactions. Approach, buy, drink, and then ignore the stranger. Let's do something dumb. Ask the stranger if they are pregnant because they look fat. Or, hang on. Are you pregnant? Because you look fat.
The stranger looks at you incredulously, clearly offended by your question. Excuse me, they say, their voice dripping with disdain. No, I'm not pregnant. And even if I were, it's none of your business. You can feel the eyes of those around you turning towards you as the awkward silence stretches on. What will you do next?
I feel threatened, so I pull my gun out.
You realize too late that you don't have a gun. You must have lost it somewhere on your journey to the club. However, the stranger next to you notices your aggressive behavior and calls for security. Two bouncers approach quickly and escort you out of the club, telling you that your behavior is not tolerated there. What will you do next?
Oh, you know what I'll do. Go to another 18 and up club.
You make your way to another club. This club is slightly more upscale than the last, with a sleek and modern interior. The bouncer at the entrance checks your ID before allowing you inside, where you hear the thumping beat of music and see people dancing all around you. What will you do next?
What am I gonna do now? Walk to a lonely guy and say, "Hey, sexy, how you doing?"
You spot a guy sitting alone at the bar, nursing a drink and looking bored. You saunter over to him and say, "Hey, sexy, how you doing?" He looks up from his drink and raises an eyebrow. "Ah, I'm okay. Can I help you with something?" What will you do next?
I'll just do "you can help me."
The guy looks a bit taken aback at your forwardness, but still seems interested. Sure.
No.
What can I help you with?
Okay,
he asks. What will you do next?
Tell him I need a big, strong, and muscular man to fix my pipes in my house. Could you help me with that?
The guy's eyebrows furrow in confusion. Ah, I don't know anything about fixing pipes, he says hesitantly. What will you do next?
You don't know what I'm trying to hint at?
The guy looks increasingly uncomfortable. I don't think I can help you with whatever it is you're trying to do, he says firmly. What will you do next?
Punch him, as I got angry at his rejection.
You punch the guy in front of you, causing him to stumble backwards. The people around you gasp and some even step away, clearly uncomfortable with your violent outburst. Security quickly makes their way over, grabbing you by the arms and dragging you towards the exit. What will you do next?
I'll let them go to another 18 and up club.
The security guards forcefully escort you out of the club and onto the street. You stumble, disoriented, as they release you and you fall to the ground. As you get up, you realize that your wallet is missing and that you have no idea where you are or how to get back to your apartment. What will you do next?
Alright, I got a new plan. Go to an 18 and up club.
You look around but can't seem to find any 18 and up clubs nearby.
What?
The rain is starting to pick up and you realize that you're getting soaked through your clothes.
I don't think the AI
As you wander aimlessly,
here.
You spot a lone figure slumped against the wall in an alleyway. They appear disheveled and lost. What will you do next?
Hey there, sexy. You look lost. You want some epic help?
The figure looks up at you with bleary eyes, clearly startled by your sudden appearance. I don't need any help, they mutter, their voice barely above a whisper. I'm fine, really. What will you do next?
Notices a cut on their hand. I'm changing the narration. You look hurt. Did a snake bite you? I can kiss it better.
The figure looks startled by your offer, pulling away their hand and shaking their head. No, it's just a little cut. I'll be fine, they insist. They try to stand up, wobbling unsteadily on their feet. I really don't need any help. What will you do next?
Pretty good at human interaction. I'm doing the eat my shorts joke again.
The figure recoils in horror as you forcefully shove your shorts into their mouth, gagging and coughing.
Oh no.
They stumble backwards, tripping over a loose brick on the ground and falling onto their back. What the hell is wrong with you? They choke out, spitting out the wet fabric from their mouth. Suddenly, a group of shady-looking individuals emerge from the shadows, drawn by the commotion. They start advancing towards you with menacing looks on their faces. What will you do next?
Anyone else want to eat my shorts? In a threatening tone.
The shady individuals don't seem intimidated by your threat. Instead, they advance closer with purpose. One of them pulls out a knife, glinting in the dim light, and points it at you menacingly. You don't want to mess with us, he growls. What will you do next?
I did do not anything not wrong. Oh crap, I didn't do the quotations.
The shady individuals seem unconvinced by your denial, and the one holding the knife takes a step closer. You're lying, he sneers. No one just wanders into our alley without reason. The others start to close in around you, clearly not interested in a peaceful resolution. What will you do next?
Point at the girl that I forcefully gave my shorts to. I was seeing if she was okay.
The girl you're referring to is nowhere in sight, having disappeared as soon as the shady individuals emerged. The knife-wielding man scoffs at your attempt to deflect blame. You think we're stupid, he says, brandishing the knife more aggressively. We saw everything. The others start circling around you, blocking any potential escape routes. What will you do next?
You know that person?
The shady individuals exchange confused glances, unsure of who you're referring to.
Alright, whatever.
What person? One of them asks, clearly unnerved by your sudden change in tactics. The knife wielder takes a step back, still holding the weapon at the ready.
Takes a step
Don't try to distract us, he warns. We know what we saw.
It was just a
The others
question.
tighten their grip on their own makeshift weapons and continue to circle around you menacingly. What will you do next?
Alright, that's it. Oh crap, I didn't mean to push enter.
With a sudden burst of resolve, you lunge forward and tackle the knife wielder to the ground. The others hesitate for a moment before rushing in to try and pull you off their friend. You fight back fiercely, taking on multiple attackers at once and managing to land a few solid hits. However, their sheer numbers begin to overwhelm you and soon they have you pinned down. One of them pulls out a taser and shocks you repeatedly until everything goes black.
Why?
Game over.
Instead of alright, that's it. Alright, that's it. pull my shorts off again. This strategy always works, so let's see.
You spring into action, ripping off your shorts once again and jamming them into the knife wielder's mouth before he has a chance to react. He gags and tries to spit out the fabric, but you bear down with all your weight, determined to incapacitate him. The other assailants pause momentarily in confusion before lunging forward with their own weapons. One of them swings a crowbar at your head while another charges with a broken bottle aimed at your stomach.
I'm dead.
What will you do next?
Oh. Rip strips off of my shorts, pushing each strip into each person's mouth.
You quickly tear long strips off your shorts and shove them into the mouths of each assailant as they approach. They gag and struggle to spit out the fabric, giving you a brief moment of respite. However, it's short-lived as they recover and start to regroup, clearly intent on doing some serious damage. What will you do next?
Grab the knife wielder's knife and run away. What a smart plan.
As the assailants continue to struggle with the strips of fabric in their mouths, you quickly reach down and grab the knife wielder's knife from where it fell. You turn on your heel and start running as fast as you can away from them. Their shouts and angry footsteps echo behind you as they give chase. What will you do next?
I win. Go to another 18 and up club.
You continue running until you reach the main street and take a deep breath, relieved that you managed to get away. Looking around, you notice an inviting neon sign for another 18 and up club down the block. Without your wallet, it's not clear how you'll manage to get in, but it's worth a shot. You approach the bouncer at the door and explain your situation, hoping for a stroke of luck. He gives you a skeptical look but eventually relents, allowing you to enter as long as you promise not to cause trouble.
Sure.
Inside, the music is loud and the air thick with smoke and sweat. What will you do next?
Go into the bathroom. By the way, I don't have shorts on anymore. Can't believe I defeated some robbers by putting shorts into their mouth. Go into the bathroom and relieve myself.
You finally make it to an open stall and take care of your business. As you exit, you notice a group of rowdy patrons harassing someone near the bar. What will you do next?
Pull my knife out and assume there's already trouble. Tell the rowdy patrons you don't want any trouble.
You reach into your pocket and pull out your knife, ready to intervene if needed. As you approach the rowdy patrons, you raise your voice and say, "You don't want any trouble." The group turns to face you, eyeing your knife warily. One of them steps forward, clearly the leader of the group, and asks what your problem is. What will you say or do next?
What's my problem? Your mom. Then lunge my knife to stab them.
The group of rowdy patrons looks at you incredulously as you make your childish insult. Before they can react, you lunge forward with your knife, but one of them manages to grab your arm and twist it behind your back.
Oh, man.
Another member of the group grabs the knife from your hand and throws it across the room. You struggle to free yourself, but their hold is too strong.
I think I'm dead.
The other clubgoers start to notice the commotion, and soon a bouncer arrives to break up the fight. The rowdy patrons are escorted out, and you are left alone by the bar, nursing bruises and wondering where things went wrong. Game over.
What? How did I lose? I'm left alone by the bar. Is that why I lost? Well, I had fun. I didn't really give you the reason why I won. I kind of did, but not exactly. It's because the pictures and the narration and being able to choose your choices, but the choices are kind of basic, but being able to have an image every time. One problem I have is tokens. I'm not sure if this game's going to be free or not because I played this before release. But yeah, if it's free, I don't know. Even if it isn't free, it's going to be... You could easily exploit the token stuff. I hope you can refresh your tokens. At least $1 is 30... I don't know. You have to pay $10 to get the same amount of tokens back that you started with. I guess that's pretty good for how AI is currently. I don't know. There is some AI out there that's like just as good, that's free, but uses like GPU power and CPU power depending on what you're getting. But yeah, if you don't want to like do the very complex stuff, I guess this can be for you. But yeah, pretty good narration, I guess.